Hey, welcome to CiNEMACHiNE. I'm not Al.
Hey, welcome
Brandon.
to I'm Al.
And I'm here with Brandon.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, Al's not here yet. He's gonna be here, or supposed to be here in about a half hour. Something about hauling a couch or a table. Couch or a table?
Table.
Piece of furniture.
He's got company coming up, so he needs a table. Because right now he's got a card table for a dining room table. So, it's important.
Good. Yeah, so we are going to kind of get things rolling here. We're used to doing this on Capecast. It's weird doing it on CiNEMAChiNE.
I know. What is this? What is all this yellow?
I know. Before we get things started, I do want to encourage you to hit the hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos and content that we're putting out. Definitely give us a follow on Instagram at CiNEMAChiNE We're always talking movies there. And then lastly, we created a Patreon, and that's patreon.com/CiNEMAChiNEPod. We appreciate any support that we get there. Woo!
Indeed.
Well, Brandon, so no, I guess Al's not here. Do we want to talk about any superhero movies or anything? Because we can. He can't stop us.
Yeah. Let's see.
Basement Blues in the house. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I feel so much more.
Welcome to Capecast.
Yeah.
I know. It feels just drink it in.
Just let it wash over you.
Well, let's talk about our weeks. How's your weekend? How's your week been? We can shoot the breeze a little bit before Al gets here. I'm not sure how much time we have until he gets here. So
yeah, my weekend was good. What did I do? I watched some baseball. I went to a movie with Al. We'll talk about later. And that was kind of it. Did a little bit of woodworking. What about you, Brandon? What did you do this weekend?
Oh, woodworking.
90 G's in the house.
My favorite.
The profile picture keeps throwing me off.
Indeed. Let's see. This weekend. Well, I took wifey out to the Friends experience in Atlanta.
Oh
which was cool.
Yeah. How'd that go?
For anyone that is a fan of the show Friends. It was cool. I'm not a big. I don't not like it. I just never followed it.
You don't not like it.
I don't not like you. It was cool. I think it's like pop up types of things they're doing city to city. I think it's been in New York. I'm not sure where else it's been, but now it's in Atlanta, and it's basically like
or something.
That checks out. But yeah, it was cool. They had like just recreated a bunch of sets from the show. Had some props, some different little exhibit type things that you could watch and read, and all that kind of stuff. It was mainly overall, it was just a big photo op tour for people to get photos on the set, so to speak.
Yeah,
but it was fun. Melissa enjoyed it. She seemed pleased with. She didn't really know anything about it going into it, so she didn't know what to expect. But yeah, it was cool.
How was
other than that?
Did you like look into how like? I didn't watch the show super closely, but like, did you like going there and seeing it? Did you like look at pictures online or anything to see how closely everything matched up?
After the fact, yeah, that night we like put on the show just to kind of since we kind of had that experience. It was pretty faithful, pretty well done.
Nice. Cool.
So yeah, if you're in Atlanta, go check it out. It was a little bit for the time that you get. It's like 45 minutes. It's like $50 a ticket. It's kind of expensive, but if you're a big Friends fan,
right,
then I'm sure it'll be worth it for you. But I just did it because I knew Melissa would like it. So you take one for the team.
Such a good husband. Such a good husband.
I know.
She brings you grapes. he takes her to friends exhibits. It just works, you know.
Yeah. She did that once.
All right,
I haven't gotten the grapes since. Wonder why.
Might have been your response afterwards. Let's talk about some movies that are coming out this week, shall we?
Oh, you want to do that now?
Yeah, let's promote the thing we're gonna do on Thursday. You got the graphic ready. Throw it on up there.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll do it. Okay.
All right. The middle one there, the Suicide Squad. That is coming out this Thursday.
The middle.
Oh, look who it is.
Uh-oh.
Just when we start talking about fun stuff, Al jumps in.
How you doing?
Al.
Hey. We were just about to start talking about fun.
I know, I've been
stuff,
listening to you guys.
Up, you know. Ugh. Anyways.
And it was a table, not a couch.
Got it. We will we'll get back to this.
I said table.
I know you did.
For those yeah, I'm back in the saddle. For those who are curious, on Thursday Brandon and I are going to do a live reaction after we watch the Suicide Squad on HBO Max. So definitely get ready to hop on YouTube after you watch it and join us in that conversation.
Well, it'll be spoiler free for those that haven't seen it. But.
Not coming for last streams.
Do what?
That.
Oh, yeah. It's all good.
So let me ask you a question. Is it necessary that John Cena wear this costume everywhere he goes?
Yes, it is.
It's so stupid.
I love it.
It's so stupid. I feel embarrassed for him every time I see him.
Oh, he loves it.
I know he loves the attention. I get that. I get that.
Look, man, you're talking about it. He's creating waves. All right.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Speak some more Mandarin. All right. Well, did you have any pictures of that Friends thing, Brandon?
I do, but I haven't combed for them to see if there are any naked kids in them, so I'm going to hold off on putting up any personal pictures.
Yeah, we got our first strike last week. Brandon trying to show the movie.
Oh, I didn't realize he was in his underwear.
Kids gone wild at the Duncan house.
That's just kind of commonplace at our house, you know. It just happens.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you don't really think about until you're on the internet. And then it's like, oh yeah, this is probably not appropriate.
Yeah. So this is what's coming out this week. So we got Beckett, Suicide Squad, and Val. I'm interested in Val.
Looking forward to Val also. Yeah.
I don't know that I'll have time to watch it this weekend, but I am excited about watching it. Being that I won't be around the TV much this week.
Sure.
So,
well, I'm definitely going to watch Suicide Squad. Obviously, we already talked about it, and then Val, which actually had a theatrical release about two or 3 weeks ago, is now going to be on Prime. Yeah, I'm sure it was limited, but yeah. Now it's on Prime, and I am excited to watch that. Beckett, we talked about it when the trailer came out. I thought it was okay looking, but it's not something that I'll probably check out, honestly.
I know you're a big fan of John David Washington. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, that's your boy right there. He was in here first person in here tonight.
He was on the panel for the.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah, he was awesome on the panel. And if you guys haven't seen Tony's channel and seen his movies behind him, we made the joke that he owns his own.
It. That's nuts. Yeah,
it's not a green screen; it's real.
Yeah.
So it's very impressive. So
it is a basement of blues. Accurate.
There you go. He wants to see the Suicide Squad as well.
Nice, love it.
Yeah. Now, if you guys are going to go see the Suicide Squad, everybody out there in chat world, are you guys going to see it in the theater or HBO Max? Has Suicide Squad made you get out of your house, or what's the deal? I know Brandon, he's going to die in his theater. I get it, but
I am, for the purposes of our video, I'm going to watch it on HBO Max. If I like it, I'll probably end up seeing it in theaters.
Yeah,
as well.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, you
So
answered
TBD.
the question on my end, so nothing more to add that you haven't
Yeah,
already
I
said.
mean, well, you've told us that in the past. So, all right, 90G, nice to have you back.
Watching on HBO Max. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, this
I
should
think
be
the
good.
only ones that are going to be HBO Max and theatrical day and date that'll get me out of the house are going to be Dune and Matrix 4. Personally,
Yeah, Dune. I'll go to the theater see Dune for sure.
and
Yeah,
Matrix
we'll all
4.
go for Matrix 4 too. Yeah.
No, no. You guys don't want me to go see Matrix 4.
Yeah, I do, because I'm gonna hire some high schoolers to come in with backwards baseball hats and throw popcorn at you.
You have
and,
children in high school?
and be broy just to give you PTSD.
Well, we'll talk about our theater experience here in a little while when we talk about the Green Knight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, no. Well, I do hope people are getting out to go to the theater. As we said, we'll talk about our theater experience later. And Brandon actually got out of his house to go to the Friends thing, so that's pretty exciting. So I'm excited for him. Yeah. And
I'll see if I can get some pictures for that. Maybe I'll show them at a different time.
Yeah. Throw them up on the
Actually, you know what?
Soch, bro.
I have some that we sent to the family, so I think those should be safe to send.
Oh, nice.
I'll pull them up in a little bit.
Yeah. Tony, aren't you also watching like a movie a day? That's something you told me. It's amazing. I am so envious of his collection. So,
how many?
All right.
You're making, if your text messages and pictures you're sending are any indication, you're making some headway recently. I'm catching up to him.
Yeah.
Meaning what?
I'm inspired by Tony's collection, so I'm buying quite a bit lately. Yeah, at least one movie a day.
Right.
What is his Blu-ray count?
Dude, go look at.
Dude,
You need to go look.
There's
at
no way you can. It's thousands.
I'm pretty sure
he knows.
He's got shelves.
He knows.
He's got shelves on his.
I guarantee
he's got
you.
shelves on his ceiling.
I guarantee that
it.
he.
Well, he's
probably tracking them through an app. He probably has them all. You know, he knows what's there.
He's the
what's
perfect
not,
hybrid for our show.
he
He likes the comic book movies, the underwear movies, and he likes the Criterion and such as well. So he likes
have him on for
everything in between.
Reviews.
Pick him up.
Yeah, there you go. That's a drop, Brandon. You can write that one down.
Well, all right. Well, talk about a comeback. Talk about something amazing.
Don't call it a comeback.
Brendan Fraser's
All right,
back, guys.
Okay. Yep. He is. It's true.
He's
Took
back.
the steam out of that, Brandon.
Well,
diffusing.
I was in the middle of actually. I got some pictures from the Friends thing to show.
Holy
but
moly.
Okay, this just in, everybody.
Look at this.
Look at that. Good Lord. That's amazing. Look at the Blu-ray count.
All right, guys. That's it for me.
That fork. So he has.
He has more than all of us.
He must have
combined.
every 4K release because there's not a ton of those.
Well, he has
Couple copies of
multiples.
them.
He has
Couple
multiples
copies
of. He said mostly superhero movies. He has multiples of. Like that's probably the ones
I like
they
this
release.
guy. You should
Yeah.
talk to him
dig
more
it.
often now. Just keep talking to him.
He's
Yeah.
freaking awesome, and he's a native.
Nice.
A lot of duplicates. It's amazing, dude. You should really check out Basement Blues. Yeah, it is amazing. 90G says, I'm sorry. Ah!
I got it, Al. I got it.
90G said it's amazing. It is amazing. I mean, seriously, it is like owning a freaking Blockbuster. So,
Yeah.
and yeah. So anyway, Tony, hats off. That's awesome. We'll definitely have to have you on CiNEMACHiNE. But for real, we're gonna do some collabs in the future. We've already talked about that possibility. Everybody on the panel, we're all gonna do some collabs, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So a lot more coming from that side of the channel. All right, so you got some pictures here. You said, Brandon.
Yeah, I do. I think. Let me see.
I think you either
Yeah.
do or you don't.
I do. So
Okay.
here's you guys have seen Chris on the podcast. This is his lady, Kelly. Yeah, here's just a few, and my wife. You've seen her too. She's usually giving me grapes and things. And this is just a few of the little sets that they had. If you're into Friends, I'm sure that you'll recognize. Let me see. There's one more.
You're such a Chandler.
Am I? Pivot.
Oh, pivot.
There you go. That's pretty good.
There you go.
How many
Friends.
times? So,
It's a
Brandon,
show.
did they make the pivot joke and you didn't understand it when you went? Since you said you're not a.
I kind of knew of it, like just pop culture wise, you know.
Yeah.
But most everything was lost on me, to be honest. I know all the characters' names, but beyond that, I knew that, Bruce Willis was on the show at one point, and that's about it.
and Brad Pitt.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I knew that Paul Rudd was on it.
I always had a crush on Phoebe. I always thought she was cute. So many photo ops. You got that right. That's pretty cool.
That's basically, it was a glorified photo op. But if you're a fan of Friends, I'm sure that it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
You guys should have all
as an
dressed
outsider,
like a different character. That's what you should have done.
You couldn't tell? Melissa was dressed up like Monica. I could tell.
She's Monica Clean. So that was that.
Awesome. That's a pretty cool experience.
But it was. Yep, indeed. But anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt the news that you were breaking.
Brandon Fraser's back, guys. Throw the graphic up.
All right. So, in case you haven't heard, Martin Scorsese's new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, will has casted Brendan Fraser.
Fraser.
Yeah. That's his name. It's not Frasier. So it seems like he's on a comeback tour. That's what everybody keeps saying. So I don't know. Are you guys? I mean, okay. Let's talk about. It has Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, the Scorsese bunch, Jesse Plemons.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds like a pretty good cast so far. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, we've talked. I think they released that photo. What was it, like a month or so ago? Of like one of the first photos of Leo, and I can't remember who else, the actress that was in the picture. Can't remember who that was, but I'll talk about this later. But I'm a big Scorsese fan, and so I'm excited for anything that he puts out. So, but yeah, as far as Fraser is concerned, I loved him, like in his like pinnacle. Like,
loved him.
Encino Man was my jam back in the day.
Man, I love Encino Man. I love the Mummy stuff, the first two.
I can't say that I watched that.
Those movies those are classics. The first two, the third one not so much. What else? It's like even George of the or was it Jungle to Jungle or George of the Jungle? Which one was he in? George of the Jungle.
I think he was in George of the Jungle.
Yeah, I even like that one. That one's fun as a kid. But yeah, Encino Man for sure, and Airheads, like all that.
Airheads
stuff,
was hilarious to me. I loved that movie.
Blast from the Past. I remember that
Blast
one.
from the Past.
Yeah.
I remember that. That I would say I don't remember that as much as I remember Encino Man and Airheads, but I do remember it. Lisa Silverstone, right?
I believe
Was
so.
she in that? Yeah.
Never
Christopher
thought.
Walken, was he in that? Yeah. So I mean, hey, he was in the Steven Soderbergh movie recently. seems like he's going to be in a movie by the same folks that did Palm Springs. So seems like he's on the up and up. I mean, he was kind of downtrodden, doesn't look exactly the same. A lot of people downed him for that, but it's good to see people.
He was great in Doom Patrol. I don't know. I doubt. Al, you may have checked that one out. It's a little weird, so maybe you'd be right about it.
Don't even know what Doom Patrol is.
It's a comic book thing. More recent though.
Yeah. So, well, it's good to see that he's in the upswing of things. You always want to see people do well, that had a down period of time. So, but I don't know. I really want to go see. I want to go watch Airheads now. I love that movie so much. So, yeah, I don't know. So
I remember I returned to Airheads not too well. It's been a while at this point, but it had been a big span since I'd watched it, and it didn't hold up as much as I remembered it when I was younger. But I wouldn't mind returning to it at some point.
Yeah, it's a good double feature with like a Spinal Tap. I mean, really any rock and roll movie, but I don't know. Steve Buscemi cracks me up in that movie, so I can watch that movie all day long. Of course, Sandler was funny in that movie, but Steve Buscemi made that movie for me what it was. So, you guys watched Tomorrow War, if I remember right, correct?
Did, yep.
So apparently it was a really big hit for Amazon. So, I mean, you guys liked it, correct? I mean, I can't remember.
Brandon was higher on
I liked it. Ryan, not so much.
So, I mean, it's 1.22 billion minutes watched. That's a lot, guys.
It's so funny that's how they list
a dorky
things.
Number to promote. It's so dumb.
I remember
that's a lot.
I think Soul was one of the first movies that started reporting things like this with minutes watched and not like actual view. I mean, Netflix's metrics are also kind of like the way they count views is like you got to watch 2 minutes and then it counts as a view. So it's like, all right, well, even that's like a little skewed. But
yeah, I just had a lot of stuff in that movie that was like I couldn't get over. Just kind of the main example would be them falling out of the sky and landing in a pool. Everybody was cool.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just had a lot of things that like pulled me out of the movie when I was watching it.
Well, I mean, I
get it.
Have honestly. Hey, what's up, David Fish? Fish to go. He was on the panel as well. It's nice to see you.
Nice.
Yeah. So I didn't see it. I don't really have any plans to see it. I'm not because of anything other than it just didn't really interest me. But no.
Well, it's getting a sequel. So,
well, I'm sure if 1.22 billion minutes were watched.
Billion.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, I thought there was a lot that I could find from that universe.
Oh no, roasting the internet coming in hot.
No, the robots have killed Brandon. Oh no!
All right, you're back. Go ahead, try it.
Yeah.
I was just saying. I thought there was a lot. Okay.
I couldn't tell if he was just doing one of his pauses.
I know.
Or if the internet messed up. Waiting on you, Brian.
Go.
Go for it.
Oh
no. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my internet is being very bad right now, which is unfortunately very common. I'm actually going to restart my stuff, so I'm going to drop out.
Okay.
So yeah,
bye.
Wait for a minute.
Yeah, we can't. There's what? All right. It's like getting the bucket and getting water out of the ship while you're going
Yeah.
down.
See, this guy gets it. Basement. I like this guy. We're seeing eye to eye on a lot of stuff here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
true.
I mean, that's the thing. There's people that like both sides of our channel.
Crazy. It's crazy. We just don't have it.
we don't have that in common.
Middle ground. What is that?
There's this big moat in between the two sides of our channel. So
Right. What do
all
you
right,
think about
so
all these lawsuits
I love lawsuits.
with
ScarJo is
Johansson, Butler, Emma Stone? Everybody's suing their production or studios.
well, I mean, it seems to be the new trend. If you're gonna put something in a contract, you better, kind of live up to it.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I think I read that Scarlett Johansson was suing for like $50 million or something.
Yeah, she's like, I want all my money.
Like, how do you live in a world like this? It's crazy.
I mean, think about it. She's used to getting that Avengers money, and she's
I know.
she's going off the guise of, hey, if there weren't all these crazy things in the world happening right now, I'd be making Avengers money. So
Yeah.
whatever. Hey man, more power to them. If they have a contract, like I said, if they have a contract and there's a clause, these companies are making more than enough money. And even though it's for $50 million, $50 million is a drop in the bucket for some of these companies, especially Disney. I mean, it is a drop in the bucket for some of these companies. It's insane. So
I don't think you could ever say that $50 million is a drop in the bucket. It's still substantial.
It's substantial to us, but if you
line,
but that'd be like us losing $500.
That's substantial.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm saying you notice
rich?
it. Well, I mean, let me just put it this way.
Come on.
I did buy a table tonight.
Okay.
From Facebook Marketplace. So I bought a table for $75. I'm loaded. Those two Patreon that we have are killing it.
Right. Thanks, Nani. Thanks.
Yes, no, I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Again, Brandon and I don't ever see it, but I mean, still, Ryan really appreciates it. There are crazy things happening out there. Something that I never thought would happen is happening. Tom Hanks is going to be in the next Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's going to be kind of interesting. So,
right.
Yeah. Nani G's our sugar mama. Thank you. Thank you, Nani G. She's our Criterion mama for this month, for this past month, not this month.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate it. No, but I mean, Tom Hanks is a good actor, but I'm to the point with Tom Hanks to where it's almost distracting when he's in a movie, trying to not be a Tom Hanks type. Like when he was
Angelina Jolie, and
not that bad, but
that's Angelina Jolie.
She's honored. Thank you. Yes. No, I did you see the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks?
Not yet. I want to.
It was to me, it was distracting. If I said to watch a Mr. Rogers movie, I would say watch the documentary before you watch that movie, because it's not really about Mr. Rogers, the movie. It's about the reporter more so. And Mr. Rogers helps him come to some conclusions in his life. So anyway, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could be cool. I mean, everybody, this just in. The internet is back.
Brandon was up adjusting the antennas on his roof.
He's got Luna up there.
Wrapping them in tinfoil.
Get out of bed. I need internet.
Yeah, we'll see if this helps. I'm not so sure.
We were just finishing up talking about Tom Hanks in the new Wes Anderson movie. I am so excited about now hang on. That is the next
Hanging.
the pre-production movie that we're in.
He asked one of the kids to stand up there before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's got Luna up there. She rappels down the wall after she's finished, so it's pretty interesting.
It's like when they have Charlie like holding the wires so that the signal comes in on the TV.
Yeah.
He's getting shocked.
Yeah.
So guys, I have some bad news. I don't want to be the one that has to tell the bad news, but I didn't hear this. I didn't hear this at the gas station. Looks like Paramount.
Did you not?
Looks like Paramount's going to pull Clifford the Big Red Dog from September release due to rising COVID numbers concerns. It's pretty. My whole year is messed up.
I included this not because of the movie itself, even though I'm sure you guys are very excited for this movie.
This is where I learned to read.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
listen, Berenstain Bears.
Basically, I almost just included, instead of including a picture of the actual movie, I almost included a Tropic Thunder. Here we go again.
I mean, I think we're about to hit another round of lockdowns. Period. And I am not at all. I'll have to say it like I do every time. This is not a political conversation. This is a movie conversation. I am not ready for movie theaters to go back down. I want to see. I mean, selfishly, I want to see Dune in theaters. So if they do go down,
can afford.
I don't think they can either.
Yeah,
I don't think they can. I don't know that there's a couple industries that I know probably can't handle this.
It's Sonic 2.0.
Now, I was going to mention that
Clifford
point because they do. There are some, some moments in this trailer that are very uncanny, and I mean, not that. I mean, for what it is, it's like, okay, there's going to be an uncanniness to it, regardless. Big red dog. But they talked about this on Corridor Crew last week, which if you don't watch, you should. It's really cool. But they talked about a lot of this seemingly unfinished CG. And so I think that could be a part of why they're delaying it to get more time. But it's just weird because they just put the trailer out for it a few weeks ago with a release date. So
it just
what did you say, Ryan?
Because it's just when I was watching this trailer, it's such a large CG character. It felt like the environment wasn't responding to him the way that it needed to. Just kind of felt like he was kind of like floating and walking around.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm sure that more than likely it's just a COVID thing, but it also could help them in the end as far as, but let's be honest, the demo that this movie is going to be for, the kid demo, they're not going to care. I mean, it looks fine for them. So it's not a Sonic situation where I think it's a character design type problem.
A bunch of man babies are going to get upset. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a good call for them to change that because that
was an absolutely good call for them to change it. It looked terrible, but at the same time, you're an adult. Chill out. The big red dog. I have to say,
everybody listening out there, don't apologize for passion.
yeah. Quote Brandon Duncan.
Quote.
No, I.
Why are you the way that you are?
Because Jesus loves me. So, I don't think I was young enough for Clifford to I don't know. I'm too old for Clifford to be a part of my childhood. I think. I don't know.
But you
But-
said that he taught you how to read.
I was kidding. It's called a joke. Sarcasm. Sarcasm. So anyway, no, I don't care one way or the other about this movie. I do care.
No, and I don't care.
Okay, let's just get the trifecta out. I'm nervous.
Well, you got to be nervous about. You're a damn kid.
There we go.
Anything else?
Not like this. Not like this.
This is why Brandon gets words mixed up all the time. all of his words. I don't
Nani
even know.
loves it too.
I don't even know what that was from.
Not like this. Not like this.
I don't even know what that was from.
Your favorite movie?
What movie?
Don't worry about it. Move on.
So anyway, was that from The Matrix?
No,
Yeah.
stupid. No, Brandon wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what
No.
Brandon would do.
No.
But anyway, well, you got Tony. So we were talking about how 90G is our sugar mama a while ago. So we appreciate that. Ryan,
Yes.
we'll talk about another news story. I do think we need to go into our theater. Since we're talking about theaters, we'll talk about our theater experience here in a minute. But it has been reported that Quentin Tarantino wouldn't let Christoph Waltz rehearse with the Inglourious Bastard cast, which seems like it paid off. It seems like it paid off in aces. So bravo, Quentin. The dude's a genius. I mean,
His interaction
Yeah, he
kind of made that movie.
he was saying that he really wanted them to not really know what was to come as far as the other actors, and he wanted them to be like taken aback a little bit because of, especially in the moments where this character can speak different languages and kind of one-ups them, and like he thought that it would like be more believable.
That's a
essentially.
bingo.
That's
Right.
a bingo.
that movie, that I mean, seriously, top 5 opening scenes of a movie of all time.
It's pretty awesome.
It's so
Well,
impactful.
now that actor actually did get to rehearse with him. He said the rest of the cast didn't.
Well,
Um,
and he did a great job too.
Yeah. But one of the things that he also said was, so in the table reads, apparently he told Christoph Waltz to give like a 6, not a 10 performance, just like kind of be serviceable, but don't like play your hand. And so that's what he did. So it's interesting. Interesting to see. It was on a podcast here in the last week or so that he talked about that.
That's I mean, it's what's sad is that I think this was the introduction for me. It was the introduction to Christoph Waltz, I have to admit, but and I imagine for so many it was the introduction. But you go into every movie now expecting that character almost, or that level of performance, when you have to admit that the material that he was presenting with his great skill of acting is what made that rise to the level, to which it became the cream of the crop. To whereas like you watch him in like what was the movie with the was it Alita or whatever, Battle Angel or whatever?
Yeah.
You're just not going to get much out of that because it's not written that well, and to that level. It's not that it's bad. I'm just saying
kind
it's
of like
not that
it
level.
was kind of an unfortunate problem that he has to deal with. Is he came out of the shoots like
Yeah, and
blazing,
and
perfect material, perfect performance.
Tim Roth
kinda hard
in
to-
Hateful Eight, you can tell they wanted Christoph Waltz in there. It seems that way anyway. But I mean, it's just, yeah. I'm as much as I love Hateful Eight, I could imagine him in that role more than I can Tim Roth, and I think Tim Roth's a good actor.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's an interesting thing. Quentin Tarantino continues to do it differently than most, and he continues to get the results that most do not. So that's why he's kind of marveled upon, where most directors just don't get that level of accolade. So,
Sure.
all right. So let's talk about what we've been watching this week. Brandon, what have you been watching?
Well, I've watched a few things. One of the things that I just finished was we talked about this trailer. I think when Ryan wasn't here, but the Woodstock '99 Peace, Love, and Rage documentary that's on HBO Max. Have any of y'all checked this out yet?
Did you see me on there?
I was
watched
looking for
something
you.
Even cooler than that, I watched Limp Bizkit's Dad Vibes performance at Lollapalooza this weekend.
Yeah.
You watched them play
As
the
did I.
track as they threw T-shirts around. Yeah.
That was the end, Al.
Yeah,
That was the
dude.
end.
That was the least cool part.
That was the Dad Vibes that played the Dad Vibes song as they passed out T-shirts.
Yeah, but he was dressed like a dad. The whole thing was, it's over your head. It's a little too artsy for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Whew.
Yeah, Brandon.
Thank you for explaining it to me. Whew.
But I was looking for you, Al.
Yeah.
I did not see you.
You're
So,
welcome.
I mean, I just have to take you at your word that you were there.
I've got.
I was there too. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How old were you?
Yeah.
99.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
it was a great time. Good time.
You're like 7.
Yeah.
7.5. Yeah. 7.5.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was 35. So,
Dirt.
well,
yeah,
was it a good documentary?
Nah, I really enjoyed it. I remember watching
I was
it.
like, nah,
I
I
wasn't there. Now, as far I remember watching the pay-per-view when it aired and the MTV coverage and stuff like that. But it was like, and I've seen a lot of the, I've rewatched a lot of the performances since, in years after. But it was cool to get more on the ground, boots on the ground coverage. And there's a little bit of a narrative thread that they do with one of the, through a diary of one of the people that attended the show, in addition to other people that were there. But yeah, I mean, it's worth checking out, especially if you, if you enjoy documentaries. I don't think even if you didn't enjoy this genre of music, you would there's still a lot to enjoy. But if you love that, late 90s, early 2000s genre that a lot of people like to give Ryan and I crap for still enjoying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I hate that years are stupid.
So here's the thing.
So just me.
So I
was there. So he's either got to come up with some excuse like he was dragged to pay $150 to go to this concert, or
I went to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Rage Against the Machine.
Okay. There you go.
And
Okay.
I had already.
And no one else.
I 100% bought the ticket. I bought 2 tickets because Red Hot Chili Peppers never toured near my hometown. Never. And I was like, I'm going to see John Frusciante play guitar. And I had seen the 1994 video. I told you guys that I had that VHS. And although Dave Navarro was on that performance, that was Dave Navarro's first performance with the band. He had only been with them for like a couple weeks at that point. I mean, although they knew each other, but 1994 Woodstock was his first performance with them, and he was freaking awesome. But John Frusciante is my favorite guitarist. So, yeah. Wow.
Read it when you pull it up. Otherwise, it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, your son was 4 during the 99 Woodstock and 7. Wow. That's pretty awesome, Tony. That's pretty. I mean, hey, you don't look like that. You don't look like you would be that age. So good for you. Maybe those movies are like your fountain of youth. So, yeah. So anyway, I went to Woodstock. Yeah, there were other bands I wanted to see. But it was really just the experience of, I wanted to go to New York. I was still a teenager, and my mom agreed to it. That was the main thing. My mom said, yeah, you can do it. I was like, okay. So I went. I wanted to see Korn. I had seen Korn probably 8 times at that point. I saw them in little bitty places, and then I saw them there. So
Ryan's going to see him this weekend.
oh yeah,
It's true.
fancy.
Still kicking.
I'll say this. Who was really good? James Brown opened the whole thing. He was a surprise, and that was like the highlight. But then Chili Peppers came out. They were awesome, but all the melee started. It wasn't as bad as people don't. If this documentary tries to paint it as really bad, it wasn't that bad. And but the thing that I liked the most was James Brown and Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then as soon as I got home, Chili Peppers and Foo Fighters announced a tour together. like almost a week later, and I bought tickets to the New Orleans show and the Pensacola show, and I went 2 nights in a row to see. So that was awesome, and I got to see my little sister push a big jock on the ground when he tried to muscle her. It was pretty awesome. So I was very proud. And then Dave Grohl hit on her, so I was not proud about that. I had to tell. I was like, hey, it's like it was pretty cool. So it was a good time.
Back off, Davey.
Yeah, I was like, hey, look at you. He was like hanging out of a minivan talking to my sister, and I was not okay with that. All right. What else did you watch, Brandon?
Well, I thought that was what you watched. Sorry, I forgot that was mine. I watched The Departed. So
I didn't watch this. This is still what you watched, Brandon. Just to let you know.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just making a joke because you kind of took over what I was watching, but it's okay. Yeah, we sat down and wanted to watch something, that we hadn't seen in a while, and I don't think Melissa had seen this period. So when I was talking about Scorsese earlier, this is kind of what I was foreshadowing. We watched The Departed a few days ago. And I hadn't seen this probably since it came out on home video. I don't even think that I've watched my Blu-ray that I bought when it got released. I think this is the first time.
Is it called Indiana Jones?
No, it's called Departed. It's by Marty Scorsese.
Well, it's not.
And it's also streaming on HBO Max. If you guys have that, if you don't happen to own a physical copy, if you want a physical copy, maybe Basement Blues has an extra that you can
We're gonna
loan
end up
you.
getting people fired. He's watching it work.
Well, thanks for watching at work. Ronan Joe Chronicles.
But no, I love this movie. It was good. I mean, I remember the broad strokes of it, but it was fun watching it again, almost for the first time, seemingly, because I'd forgotten a lot of it.
What's the lady's name? Vera Farmiga?
Vera Farmiga, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was great in this movie. That's the performance I remember from this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean it's all to me.
Dude,
it's all.
I'm in the minority. This is arguably my favorite Scorsese film. I love this movie so much.
It's really good. The only thing that I will fault it for is I think it needed a better editor. While watching it, I just felt like it was kind of manic in its editing at times. But other than that, I love the needle drops throughout, especially like, what is it? Is it the what's the is it Flogging Molly or the other Irish band?
Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkick
Murphys. That song is
Boston.
like it just, anytime I hear that song, I think of that prison sequence now. And it just thumps when you're listening to it. Like last time I'd seen this on headphones or something on my laptop when it came out on home video, because I didn't see it in theaters. So but yeah, it was a good rewatch. And I know you're not the biggest DiCaprio fan, but I think he's great in this movie. I think Damon's great.
That's
obviously.
Yeah.
No, that's Bernthal.
Well, some people yell. But yeah, I mean, even Mark Wahlberg's good in this movie. I think his role is perfect for Mark Wahlberg. So, and I'm not the biggest Marky Mark fan personally, but what was that?
So the editor of this movie was Thelma Colbert Schoonmaker, who is Martin Scorsese's editor for like Raging Bull, Who's That Knocking at My Door, the Aviator, you name it. She was the editor. So, I mean,
Maybe
Brandon's not a feminist. So,
well, most editors are female. That's very common. Like all of them.
Well, female. I mean, Tarantino's long time before she died was female, and they'd always say hey to her on the takes.
Yeah, I just felt like it was, I don't know, weirdly edited in comparison. I don't, and maybe he was going for a more phonetic, like, I don't know, a little jarring type editing for this one. I don't know.
Well, he got
but there were moments where I just felt like they could have like. Okay, I don't know what you said because I was talking over you. Because there's a delay issue going on my end.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Where I can't, like, I'm talking and you guys are talking, and I can tell when you hear me. It's like 5 seconds later because it's a little annoying. So I apologize.
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
I'm gonna make a call tomorrow.
They'll get a piece of my mind.
Getting a little flustered over here. What did you guys watch?
Let me see. I watched a show called The Chosen. It's a Christian show.
Chosen One.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised the show is as good as it is. Now, I know the Bible is not for everybody, but I am a fan. And this show is a different way to look at it. It's like the main stories, but then you have this show kind of fills in the gaps where what may have happened in the gaps between the Bible stories. So, but it's really well made. And I don't know, it's pretty impactful. I actually have a men's group that I go to every week and we talk about it. But if anybody's into that type of thing, I highly suggest watching this show. I watch it on the I stream the app to my TV, so it's pretty freaking awesome. So didn't think I would like it, but I have to say it's highly suggested if you're into that type of thing. So Ryan, did you watch anything?
Yeah, I started watching that new HBO Max. I think it's an HBO Max original, Jet, with Carla Gugino. It's a good show. I'm enjoying it. It reminds me, it's like a much improved, like feel wise of The Flight Attendant. A lot darker. Very graphic, but it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm like, I think I'm in the 5th episode right now.
Mhm.
That's worth checking out. But other than that,
Well, I want to come 1 second. So going back to The Departed, Brandon. The Departed won Best Picture in
the
2007.
awards game. We haven't played this in a while.
Right. Mhm.
A lesson Al will never learn.
But much to your chagrin, it also won Best Editing that year.
Yeah, that is to my chagrin.
Egg on your face.
So trivia.
The Oscars mean nothing, is what I'm saying.
For editing that year.
Yeah. So no, but I don't know. I mean, that year, Best Picture nominees were The Departed, Babel, Letters from Iwo Jima, Little Miss Sunshine, and The Queen. And a lot of people were upset that The Departed won that year because they thought The Queen should have, or Little Miss Sunshine. So I honestly, I don't know. Letters from Iwo Jima was not what it needed to be. So I would say The Departed, fine. I didn't watch The Queen, and I didn't really like Little Miss Sunshine. So, all right.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go. So Ryan, we had an experience.
We did have an experience.
And I think it's fitting for us to paint the picture for the experience we had.
Start with the bathrooms.
We should start with what movie we saw.
What you saw.
We saw The Green Knight, and we saw it in theaters. Let's start with the text messages first. Ryan texted a group of us, "Hey, anybody want to see The Green Knight?" No.
Yeah,
hey, anybody want to see The Green Knight? And I said, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then I didn't hear anything for a couple of days. And Ryan's like, I said, "Hey, are we going to see The Green Knight?"
You said you're misquoting, but it's okay.
I said, "I'm down." Maybe.
You said I'm available.
Yeah. And then I didn't hear anything else. And then Ryan's like, "Yeah, I made plans." So it was just like,
well, you rose.
No one else said anything.
You put your hand up. You put your hand up and you said, "Yeah, I'll go see it." And Ryan was like, "Anybody else want to go see it?" Nobody said anything.
I like the text message. Oh my gosh! Give me that. Not out. Major Pain or whatever gift. Good Lord.
So then, after Brandon and I pretty much reenacted that via text message, I got a sympathy text from Ryan. "Hey man, you want to, I got, see the noon show on Saturday if you want to, so,
I work you in. If you want to go see it, I'll work you in.
I'll work you in. So we went
next time, Al. Jeez.
we went to a theater that neither of us had ever been to. What's the name of the theater we went to? Silver Spot. Yeah. Brandon, be glad you didn't go, because you would have been in your own personal hell, because food was being served at this theater and they walked right in front of the screen the whole time.
Every time. Oh my gosh.
And I'm talking about throughout the movie, not and they weren't like ducking, not even kind of. And one of the waiters was like 6'3".
And that's not the half of it. In our row, we had
champagne and caviar.
Little family there who they ordered 3 rounds of food and they ordered a bottle of wine. So they brought
it's a bottle of champagne with the ice.
Silver, ice thing and set it next to their seats.
And you had every time they got a drink.
They got up and left halfway through the movie. The family got left the movie.
They were just like, "I'm out." But they got up before they left. Yes, it would be terrible. It was terrible. Did not like this experience. So before the movie, yes, we do. Okay, so Nani G, yes, we do need an Alamo Draft House. I learned it so much. I wish everybody would follow those rules. Yeah, that's the rumor. So So these knuckleheads, we'll call them. It was a lady and a man. Yeah, it's one of those places where they build apartments and townhomes and whatever, and then they build a mall, an outside mall below it with the Braves Stadium and everything. And I'm pretty sure they were just like, hey, let's just go see a movie, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. But they came literally, like Tony just said, they came to get a meal. And that is Alamo Drafthouse is the best, Ronan Joe. It is absolutely the best. Ryan still hasn't been to one, and Brandon said it's terrible. So I mean,
Brandon wanted to love it so badly.
Brandon said not up to his theater's
They had a Deadpool costume.
stipulations.
Cool.
Brandon's the only one that has a rider when he goes to a movie theater.
Well, for those that weren't here for my review, I did go to an older one. I liked their policies. I just didn't like the actual theater itself that I was in. It was not up to par.
So I don't know if this is every Silver Spot theater. I don't know. This is just the one I went to, or one like Ryan and I went to. But before the movie, I was like,
trays in the seats.
Before the movie, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the restroom. So I went to the restroom and I came back and I told Ryan, oh my God, that bathroom is disorienting. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm not even gonna. You have to go see the bathroom after. And he's looking at me all weird, like, what? It's a bathroom, man. But before we show the picture, before we actually went down there after the movie, did you not think, okay, the stories are true, Al's completely crazy, and I'm really sad I did this sympathy viewing of this movie with him. And then 2, when you finally went in there, it took you back a little bit. It was a little off-putting, wasn't it?
That was a little whatever you just said. But yes, it was a wild bathroom.
So here's a picture of the bathroom. This is insane. So this bathroom, it looks like one of the most expensive bathrooms.
It's
I've
out
ever
of a
been
horror movie for sure.
But if you can see on the counter, the soap dispensers weren't even working. This is a brand new theater. So they had like the soft soap up there.
Al needs those soap dispensers working. He needs it.
It's a requirement.
That's his one bugaboo about movie theaters.
Yeah, I was like, it's not working. The little lights aren't twinkling. So anyway, but I seriously was getting a little dizzy just being in that bathroom. So anyway, so we sit down with champagne.
When I walked in there, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, as a matter of fact, when we sent that to Brandon, Ryan sent the blood in the elevators and stuff.
Yeah, well, when you sent me the picture, I Googled the Shining bathroom. I was like, was that what it looked like? Because I thought it was like an homage to it or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just too much of that. I asked Ryan, I said, do you think somebody knew a tile guy? Was that what happened? Like, yeah, I got this tile on sale. So it's just, let's throw it all in this one bathroom.
Love to see, like, we're thinking like blood red for the doors, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we want you to be scared to have to drop a deuce. So anyway, there's Ryan. Ryan, I saw the movie with Devin Patel.
The shadow from Ryan's nose.
White trash Ryan.
I got to go to the movies.
I got to do the picture show.
That's great.
I didn't notice that until just now, and we noticed it at the same time. So that's hilarious. You should hear Ryan say S's. Sister Susie sitting on at the soul. Boy. It's good times. But we also took 2 pictures. If you go on social media, if you go onto Instagram, you can see the 2 pictures. And there was one with his face all blurry. And then there's one of my face all blurry.
So they had,
And
they
it
had
looked
the
like a
movie
Make-A-Wish
theaters
photo. Like it
They
was.
had the
it was
movie
really-
theaters on or posters on like a rotation, but they were only set for like 5
Yeah.
seconds.
So he
So
had to like jump up
Al,
there.
like,
It's like,
took that picture, and then I was like, get over here. And we took 2 pictures before it changed, but
it was like
didn't have time to settle the phone to get focus.
it was like double Dutch, man. You had to jump in like
Yeah.
So anyway, so we go in to watch the movie. Watching the movie, these knuckleheads get champagne, they get 7-course meal. They have every single waiter or waitress waiting on them at one point. Like there's a train of people going back and forth to these people. These people get up to go to the bathroom no less than 3 times, or wherever they were going. I don't know where they were going. They didn't fall down, so maybe they didn't go to the bathroom. Maybe they didn't get so disoriented. So, and it just became so distracting at that point because they were like shaking the ice, like, and all that every time they got the bottle of champagne out. And Ryan said, "For lunch?" Like that was his remark. So I mean, it was straight up noon, like 12:30 when we went to see this movie. So
I'm not joking when I said 3 courses. Like they
it was and their food smelled terrible. Like the particular meal, it was like fish or something, and it was just like you're trapped in a theater, and the theaters are relatively small, and you're just like, oh god. And
I didn't notice the smell, but it was a lot of food.
It was too much. So yeah. Brandon, I'm in hell. This is hell. I'm in hell. That was going through my mind the whole time. But
it's going through mine right now, and I'm just listening to it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Brandon, I told you this would have been your own personal hell yesterday or today, whenever I was talking to you about it. But it was awful. The experience was just awful because of those people, not because of the theater. I am not the biggest fan of that setting when they're that negligent about how they go in front of the screen and everything. And they had no worries whatsoever about standing in front of the screen for a few seconds or like 20 seconds or whatever. They no woes about it whatsoever. So
they were definitely there for a meal, and
it could have been
watch a movie.
This is a new theater, so it could have been a new trial group. I don't know. So either way, got into the movie, which Brandon, I think eventually you need to see this movie. The movie,
Yeah, this is going to be a non-spoiler.
Yeah, I'll say this: the movie was very well made, very well made. And Ryan, the first thing that we said to each other was, "I don't know if I need to see it again."
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we thought it was good. That doesn't mean we thought it was bad. But what I'm saying is that was the first. I don't know that I need to see it again. Mm-hmm. And now that I think about it, and the thing that kept reverberating around in my brain was the experience that we had at the theater. And I think that sensory overload of the smell and the sounds and I'm going to say that, I mean, those people were just annoying to me, and they weren't like talking or anything, just as much attention as they needed. It was too much, the walking in front of the screen and everything. I think I do need to see it again. I don't know that it'll change my opinion one way or the other. I do think I need to see it again because I do think that the experience has altered my opinion slightly, maybe greatly, but at least slightly. So I think I'll see it again. I don't know if I'll go see it in the theater or where I'll see it, but I do plan on trying to see it again at least because I do appreciate this filmmaker, and I think that it deserves another watch with a proper experience. I'll say that.
Yeah, I despite all the stuff that went down at the theater, and we are, dramatizing for a bit here.
It was we're pretty spot on though.
I don't know. I wasn't necessarily like taken out of the movie. The only time that it was really jarring for me was at the beginning when the previews were all rolling, and I was like, is this gonna happen the whole time, like walking in front of us?
Yeah.
It's not one I still feel the same way. It's not something that I need to see again. It's a very technically sound movie. That's for sure. It's a very
It's a
trippy
beautiful movie. It's a
It
beautiful
is
movie.
very, very trippy. I'm just not. And to be fair, I've never been a huge like Arthurian legend fan. So I'm sure that plays into kind of my,
Sure.
my lack of desire to rewatch this movie. It just kind of felt like, I think I was looking for something a little bit more twisty or complex, especially given the fact that the movie was so trippy. And when I say twisty or complex, I mean like story wise. But it's worth checking out. I when I say I don't want to see it again, it's just I kind of got what I wanted to get out of it. It's definitely worth watching.
Was there
anything,
like an expectations thing that came into play? Like, did you expect one thing and it delivered on a different thing?
No,
Or
I was really unfamiliar with the story. I knew of like I started looking into their Wikipedia and like the Tolkien translation element of stuff and all that, but story wise, I didn't really have any.
Although during the movie, Ryan did say, "Oh, that's like Lord of the Rings."
I said there's a painting of the main character at one point in the movie, and I was like, I leaned over, and I was like, look, it's Frodo.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like him.
So I will say this: I may have had expectations of a Pan's Labyrinth type movie, and this movie, not because it's worse or better, it's just a different movie. It's not Pan's Labyrinth, so that's another reason I think I need to see it again.
Yeah,
because
That's
okay,
a good question,
Raid
yeah.
Redemption and the Raid 2. That's at the ArcLight. Nice.
Best movie going experience I've ever had was watching Dark Knight on IMAX on opening night. Al, The Shining?
I will say,
Yes.
yeah, for me as
Opening
well,
weekend.
Yeah, mine would also be The Dark Knight. I didn't see it with Ryan. That would have made
I
it
think
even
we've
better.
talked
But
about that before.
yeah, I think we have.
We've talked about, but it's Roe and Joe wasn't there for that conversation, so we'll gladly talk about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brandon. Sorry.
Ronan.
I
Joe.
mean, it's Dark Knight
He said Ronan
opening
Joe.
night.
Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. Ronan Joe. I'm sorry. Ronan Joe.
He's
Chronicles.
still rowing.
Roe and Joe.
Get the canoe out.
I'm still disoriented from the bathroom at the movie theater.
Yeah.
So, what were you saying, Brandon?
Nothing.
All right. No, Shining for me. I saw it a few, about, I don't know, 8 years ago in the theater for the first time, but it was a rickety theater and the seats were creaky and everything. And it was like the one with the theater with the balcony, like a old school balcony and everything. And the theater had the smell of an old theater and everything. And it just added to the tension of that movie. So it was a great experience. And they've heard me say this 1,000 times, but Ronan Joe Chronicles, I will tell you, there you go. So
Yes, and sorry, you told us to do the yes and things whenever you're telling stories that we've already heard. So I was just doing the yes and.
yeah, it's called improvisational. Yes, and it's not supposed to say it, but yeah, that's like reading parentheticals. He whispers. Please get the internet in Royston, please. Have fun at work there, Ronan Joe.
Yeah, man, thanks for joining.
Thank you so much. All right, folks. Well, I mean, that's what we watched. Tell us if you saw The Green Knight. I like I said, I'm probably going to go see it again. It won't be anytime like this weekend or anything, but it'll be sooner than later. Yeah. All right. So, I don't think we should talk about any of these. Oh, by the way, Brandon, what's funny is I don't think I said this to Ryan, but while we were watching the trailers for the Green Knight, it was like 10 of the trailers that you sent like recently.
Oh,
so
you said it multiple times.
Ryan was forced to watch the trailers. so
Maybe that's what it takes.
Yeah.
You just send Ryan to the movies before our show so he can watch the trailers.
So it's like
That's accurate. I will not watch them all on my phone.
So he was forced to watch quite a few of the trailers, but the ones that we've already talked about for the most part. So
I see.
I also learned that Al's got a Maggie Q thing. So if anybody's got her number, throw it to Al.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't?
Just doing
have a
you
Maggie
solid
Q?
there, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Maggie.
You never know. Gotta shoot
Maggie-
your shot, you know.
Maggie's a big Criterion fan. She's a big fan. She's a big fan of you. So it works out.
Big fan of you.
Okay, there we go. Low on the list. Yeah, I have a feeling, Tony, that you'll own it pretty soon. Like, I have a feeling.
Safe bet, it seems.
It
Yeah.
seems like pretty safe bet.
It's out on 4K, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's one of those movies I could see that actually being on Criterion easily. To be flat out honest with you,
Absolutely.
Ryan says that as a diss.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Anything else we need to add to this show before we wrap it up with a big bow?
I don't think
I don't think so.
I gotta go
Guess
get
so.
a table.
Ryan, I guess you can tell them where to follow us.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Nice.
you do that?
I love it.
Thank you.
So definitely hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're posting. You can follow on Instagram at CiNEMACHiNEPod, and we have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNEPod. Definitely on Thursday night, probably like 11-ish, we are going to be doing a live. Brandon and I are going to be doing a live reaction to Al's not invited.
I'll bring my grandmother and my mom.
To Suicide Squad, and definitely invite you to come check that out. It'll be a fun conversation. Talk about a new movie.
The bad thing is I have the sign in to the StreamYard, so I can just pop in.
Oh, I'll change the password.
Ruin it. I will say this. Tony made a valid point over here. These movies are being released pretty quickly. And
Nice,
Nana J
Nani.
made
We'll see you on
another
Thursday.
point. I'll be there for that. Yes.
Nice.
Well, it's good to see everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a great time. I'm sorry I was a little bit tardy. But you know, mom and grandma are coming in town, and every piece of furniture in the United States is on back order for like 9 months. So I had to go buy a table.
Dude, it is the truth.
It is insane right now. I ordered a whole entire new sofa and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, you'll get it in January."
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Everything. I was looking for this couch behind me. Everything was like 10 to 12 weeks delivery. Took
Oh
forever
no,
to
they
get it.
told me 8 to 9 months on some
geez.
things. I was like, geez, hello. So yeah, it's kind of insane. As a matter of fact, you too, Tony. Thank you very much. But as a matter of fact, my delivery date on my furniture right now says December 31st, 2154. That's what it says. So I'll leave that to some people down the line. So yeah, but they got my money. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Please do tune in to the Cape Cast on Thursday in place of our regular time slot. Brandon and Ryan will keep you entertained. Thanks everybody that's been tuning in to the Criterion Corner. I have more of those that will be coming out in the near future. The reviews of the movies I did pick up on all the halls, and I do plan on having more folks come on and join me for for the show. Good time as always. Thank you, 90G. It's good to see you back in the comment section. Got a little worried last week, so good to see you back. So
we can't lose our one
yeah.
viewer.
Nope. I messaged
Really
her. I was
bad for
like,
the
"Where you been?" She was like, "I'm right here." So it felt like warm milk. It just felt like a nice warm blanket.
It was like it was the footprints in the sand. You looked down, and there were only one set, and it was Nani carrying the show.
Yeah, I noticed there were tiny footprints. I imagine. I don't know, Nani. I don't know what your footprints look like. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in, and until Sugar Mama for life. That's what I'm talking about. Until next time, everybody, keep watching a lot of movies, and we'll see you on the next CiNEMAChine.